Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then hello, my name is Danielle and I'm so glad that you found your way to this video. And if you are returning, then hey friend, I hope you're doing well. Today I am traveling a little bit off of the beaten path here on my channel. Typically I am sharing no-buy and project pan related content here, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about my current favorites and my favorites over the past few months. So I will be approaching this topic, discussing my favorites through the lens of the past few months having been the beginning of my no-buy. For one reason or another, all of these products are ones that have helped to keep me content throughout the beginning of my no-buy. I have a couple of different categories of things that I'll be discussing today. The first are some products that have made a difference in my makeup and skincare routines. They've been ones that I've enjoyed so much, and I've also enjoyed the different techniques even that they have allowed me to kind of dabble in over the past few months. And then the other category of products that I'm going to be discussing today are ones more related to the winter season. As now we are entering into spring, I'm going to be reflecting on those things that kind of kept me in those cozy vibes, of winter. Those things that I turn to feel a certain sense of comfort or to make my home feel cozy during winter. Some of those things in each of those categories might overlap a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and start with the ones that have impacted my routine, my makeup, and my skincare. And I'm actually going to begin with skincare. So the first item that made a pretty big difference for me this winter was this serum by Iunique. It is their Tea Tree Relief Serum. This is just a little mini bottle of this serum that I got in a pack of a few minis that would allow me to kind of sample their products. I generally am a little bit skeptical when I hear products that have tea tree as a main or a highlighted ingredient, because I feel that some essential oils, tea tree being one of them, can be irritating to the skin rather than offering relief like this serum claims. But the first time that I applied this serum, I was blown away. I could see visibly immediately how this serum calmed any irritation on my skin, and it also helped to minimize the redness as a result. So I went through this mini very, very quickly, and I have been kind of pining after it ever since. It's one that I would really like to repurchase in the future, but this was really a hero product for me for that short period that I was able to use it. Definitely a favorite, and definitely one that I will want to own in the future post no-buy year. And the other skincare product that I want to share is actually the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. And this is just so stereotypical, I know that, because everybody and their mom's sister uses the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, but I had never used it until getting this little mini here, and I have really enjoyed it. I had held off on trying this because I figured that it would just be like any other lip treatment that I had ever used, just something that I could pile on and to eventually create moisture. But I wasn't prepared for the texture of this lip sleeping mask. It is a very luxe kind of slippy texture that still holds its own, and it actually does work. It's very moisturizing, especially overnight. So this is one that I immediately knew I wanted to purchase a full size of once I get the chance to after the no-buy, and I've worked through some other lip treatments. And this was one that kind of reminded me that even the products that I currently have can be a surprise to me, because I've had this for I don't even know how long before actually trying it this year, and I was blown away. So that was an encouragement for me to try other products that might be languishing in the same way that this one did for so long. So now I do have a couple of makeup products or makeup related products. And the first one is actually a makeup tool. This is the Papa sponges that I think I bought from Shop Miss A. if I remember right. I'll check and I'll have it linked below if I can find it. But I had heard really good things about these sponges, but I never used them because I've used a number of makeup blending sponges and just never been super impressed really. But this one is different. I do really believe in the Pawpaw sponge now because this has changed the way that I apply my foundation. It's changed the way that I apply my cream cheek products. It has really made an impact on my routine, and I will never go back to another makeup sponge. This is the one. It's really affordable and it comes in a pack of 6. So I'm currently using 2 different ones and I have these 4 left in waiting. So these sponges really are worth it in my book, and I'm just loving them. I haven't even used a sponge for a very long time before getting these because I'd given up on sponges. The way that these apply my foundation in a more sheer manner, as I like, has been really enjoyable. Today I actually went back to a more full coverage look with my foundation, and I was reminded why I don't like that. These have been just a wonder for applying any sort of cream product, so very excited about this one. My next makeup favorite has been the Patrick Ta Bronzer and Contour Duo. I have mine in the shade She's Statuesque, and I've really enjoyed that, at least throughout the winter. I think it is safe to say that this is my current favorite bronzer and contour. As you can see, I've even hit pan in the contour shade here. The undertones of this duo really look natural on my skin tone, so this really made it difficult to start focusing on the contour and bronzer products in my project pan this year. I did eventually just have to put this away, especially after I hit pan. I felt okay putting this away for a little bit. Very much loved, and I'm already looking forward to going back to it once I have finished up working on the products that I'm working on now. My last favorite makeup product has been the Lisa Eldridge Velvet Matte Lipstick in the shade Velvet Muse. I've had some moments in the past several months when I wanted to look very effortlessly put together and also very confident, and this product really did the trick for me. Not only did the color look beautiful, but for myself, I've found that sometimes it just helps to put on all of your fanciest clothes, makeup, perfume, what have you, in those moments when you need to feel confident. It's almost like putting on this armor of confidence. It's like I'm putting on a bit of a costume while not becoming somebody other than myself. I'm just creating this outward appearance of my most confident self in the clothes and the makeup and the whatever it is that makes me feel the best and like I am presenting myself in my best light. And this is just one of those products for me. For one, I'm not sure how you could apply anything in this type of packaging and not feel like you are just like winning the day. But that combined with the effortless color of this lipstick, and it's just really a winner for me. And speaking of the confidence that can be imparted upon oneself when applying the most luxurious products that they own, the next product is this perfume called Grand Soir by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. I hope I'm pronouncing that all right. This is without a doubt the schwankiest perfume that I own. It is also the most expensive perfume that I own, but it's also the one that I can apply and just know that I smell damn good. And I don't know how else to say it, just makes me feel confident. It is a vanilla and amber type of scent, and it's very warm and intoxicating, but also somewhat standoffish because she's way too good for you, you know what I mean? To me, Grand Soir smells like a badass grown woman who is walking the streets of Paris late at night. She's probably got a really high-end luxury leather bag slung over her shoulder. So I wear this when I want to feel like a confident, bougie ass lady, you know? I want to feel like I'm a boss and an adult who is in control of my life. This also is a very strong perfume, so this is best to wear in fall and winter time, which is why I've been gravitating toward it recently. And when I say it's strong, I mean like one spray is enough for the day. You know, one, maybe two if you're really feeling it, but no more, because this is strong. And then I have one other perfume that I want to highlight that I've been wearing a lot recently, and that is from Maison Margiela's Replica line, and this is Jazz Club. If you're not familiar with Maison Margiela Replica, the idea of this line is to recreate a certain mood or moment or place with a scent. So of course this scent is meant to replicate the experience of sitting in a jazz club. And this scent to me is kind of like Grand Soir's younger sister. She's sexy, there's a lot of booze and tobacco going on in this scent with that same kind of vanillic base that you get from Grand Soir. They don't smell the same, but you could see how they're kind of in the same family, where Grand Soir comes home to a lovely home where she has already set aside a very expensive bottle of red wine to indulge in that evening. Jazz Club is still out on the town and she's sipping on her second or third glass of whiskey, which she takes neat, thank you very much. This scent is still very sophisticated to me, but it's just a bit more edgy. They both are also unisex, but Replica Jazz Club is actually marketed toward men. That being said, I've heard far more women talk about wearing this perfume than I've heard men talk about wearing it. But just to keep that in mind, it is a very unisex scent. It also, for me, is one that I will wear if I'm wanting to feel pretty confident for that reason. But like I said, this one is just a bit more edgy and a little bit dirty, but like in a good way. Jazz Club is also a strong scent, but not in the way of Grand Soir, where if you apply too much, it could be like headache inducing. This is not one that I feel afraid to spray multiple times on myself. And just to reiterate, Jazz Club is definitely a fall and winter appropriate scent. It might not be the best during summer, but this is one that I could see being worn on summer evenings. Grand Soir, perhaps, but it would have to be kind of a cool summer evening. Whereas Jazz Club, I feel you could still get away with it as long as you're not in the heat of the day. So we're going to keep moving forward with fragrance, but move into a bit more of the homewares area. This is my favorite candle that my husband and I discovered this year. I'm probably definitely going to pronounce this one wrong, so forgive me, but this is Hinoki Fantôme. However it's pronounced, this is a perfect woodsy scent if that's what you're into. This was perfect for kind of like the January, February time where it was winter but not Christmas. During the holiday time, I really prefer like the Nest holiday candle, or Nest also has a blue spruce candle, I think, that I really enjoy. But nevertheless, this is the best wood candle that I have ever found. It's a little bit smoky and a little bit dense, but it also has like that fresh wood smell. My husband and I both love it, and that is really saying something because he is not really the one to compliment scents very much unless I specifically ask. He won't really share any thoughts at all, but this one, he kept asking to burn it and commenting on how good it smelled. So this is one we're definitely going to have to purchase in the future and make sure that we have one on hand pretty regularly because I don't want to discourage that from him. I will say that the wick was off center in this candle, so it didn't burn the most even, especially in the beginning, but I frankly didn't even care because the scent was so good. I know I already mentioned the Nest candles, but as a quick honorable mention, I do want to mention Otherland candles. This is rattan. This is like a clean sandalwood smell, and it is so perfect. If you like sandalwood at all, I would definitely give Otherland a try. This one is kindling, and I haven't burnt it yet, but it is somewhat similar to the Boy Smells one that I mentioned before. It is a bit more of a smoky, woodsy smell. These two are part of their permanent line. They're always available unless they're sold out, obviously. Otherwise, Otherland always has different seasonal releases happening, and they are usually recurring every year. Cardamom Milk is probably my favorite fall scent, and Dappled Wood was another good one. And then for the winter, they released a candle called Old Fashioned, which was amazing. It was so good. So I just wanted to be sure to give them an honorable mention because they are often in our house and were definitely throughout the winter months. Another cozy vibe staple for me was tea in general. I love tea. But specifically, I want to mention S'mores Chai by David's Tea. Unfortunately, this was the tin it was housed in, and it's now empty. With a little bit of half and half or milk or something like that, and some honey, this tea tastes exactly like s'mores. It's so good, and it's very comforting and warm and inviting on those cold winter days. So highly recommend. And last but certainly not least, I love puzzles. I'm like obsessed with puzzles. I will literally get obsessive about a puzzle. For Christmas this year, I was gifted a certain puzzle that I have been working on slowly over the past few months. And that is this puzzle, which is a mystery jigsaw puzzle, which I didn't know was a thing. But there's like a whole write-up of like a mystery story that it's like a whodunit that you're supposed to solve. Anyways, the thing that is most intriguing about this puzzle is that there is no picture to base your progress on, because you are meant to put the puzzle together, and through putting that puzzle together, at the end you'll find a clue and you'll find out who committed the crime. I can't speak to the actual mystery part of this because, like I said, it's not finished yet, but I'm pretty sure that we solved the mystery on like our first night within the first 15 minutes of putting together this puzzle. If I'm right and that was the clue, I'm a little bit disappointed that it was so obvious, but either way, it has just been so fun to be putting together a puzzle that I'm not sure what it's supposed to look like in the end. That has just been such a fun challenge for me because, like I said, I can be very obsessive about my puzzles, and it has kind of prolonged the puzzle experience for me. Okay, y'all, that's it. Those were all of my cozy favorites, my makeup and skincare favorites that have been making me feel content with what I have throughout the beginning of the no buy. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm planning to do these types of favorites videos perhaps once every quarter or kind of seasonally like I did today. Let me know what you think if that's something that would interest you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.